I'll provide you more of a general update, and then I'm going to hand over to Tejas. He's going to be giving you a good overview of Vibe Check. We've got Anthony there in his koala bear hoodie, by the looks of it. And then, yeah, we'll round off at the end. Jobin, do you want to try again? I'll just see you've rejoined.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Wonderful. Thanks, Gavin, for that mic check. Good morning, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the friends, musketeers, and our fellow community members who have joined us today for this community call for the month of October. And thank you for joining this call. We do this call to give you an opportunity to ask your questions, clear your doubts about what we are doing, what are the updates, what are we building, what you can expect. And this is an opportunity to ask those questions. We have the entire 10 team here, and we have got some exciting updates, a bunch of cool things to show. And if you have seen our Twitter announcement, then you might be aware that we have a launch of a DApp today on 10 ecosystem. So there will be a live demo, and you folks would be the first batch of users who would get exclusive access to that DApp. So hold on to this call, and that's going to happen very soon. So without taking much time, I am going to invite Gavin for the general updates, what are the future roadmap and all those things. And when you hear all those updates, I'm going to do one more thing. I'll be sharing a link to Slido in the chat. And what you have to do is you have to share your feedback in terms of how this call is. And the second thing is, would you recommend this call to your friends, and any general feedback? And the link would be shared in the chat, but it would open towards the end of the call. So I invite you, Gavin, for the updates.
Great, thanks, Jobin. I'm going to try my camera as well. See how we get environment, but it's always good if you can put a face to a name. Hi, right, okay. So yeah, we're being Halloween. I hope I'm going to deliver more treats than tricks today. So I'm going to start with a little bit of outreach updates. I'll talk about the roadmap, and I'll also introduce a new team member. So yeah, outreach. So we've had a pretty good looking couple of months. We have had a steady upward trajectory in the level of interest we're seeing on X and Discord. And really, we are shifting our focus, consciously shifting our focus over towards growing awareness around 10 and making sure as many people as possible know about and understand why 10 is so special. And so this means the 10 team have been more present at events and conferences. So you may have seen us at the recent Blockchain Life event in Dubai. We were at Token 2049 in Singapore. And you should definitely look out for the team if you're going to DevCon. We've got quite a good representation there. So you can talk to engineers, business dev guys, DevRel. So yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, we're bringing more partners than ever to 10. As well. So we've got lots of verticals being covered. We've got things like private invoicing, fully on-chain gaming, private credentials, iGaming, poker, dark pool trading, private DAO voting, and then of course we've got Vibe Check, and you'll be seeing that demo in a few minutes. So how are things looking from a roadmap perspective? So no doubt many of you saw the series of 10 roadmap tweets recently over the last few weeks. And they revealed some of the really exciting and groundbreaking features that are coming to 10 over the next 3 phases of releases. So just picking a few examples. So support for KYC on app chains, gasless transactions, turnkey autonomous AI agents. Those are the kind of things we're expecting to be building onto 10, releasing on 10 once mainnet's shipped. But if we look at the roadmap from a slightly higher level rather than as a feature level, we can see that next month we'll be launching the 10 incubation program, and we're going to have 5 projects competing to join that first cohort of the incubation program. And the intention there is to really foster pioneering use cases, the kind of use cases that are really going to unlock Ethereum's true potential by using the encryption technology. and looking forward to that. So we'll be able to provide these projects with engineering expertise as well as some financial support. And then in preparation for TGE, we continue to work on preparing that as much as we possibly can. And I think this probably resonates a little bit from the last community call. And some of these things are within our control and some of them are not within our control. But know that we are very, very focused on making TGE happen at the right time. And we are working incredibly hard to make sure as much as we can do is done so that we can hit the launch button when it's the right time. All things considered, I think if we were to do TGE before the end of the year, then I think we'll have done well. Now, something that is entirely within our control is mainnet. And here things are progressing well. I'm really happy with the way mainnet's looking. And we're actually preparing for code freeze next month. And that code freeze means that the engineers won't put any more code into 10. And instead, they'll prepare it as a release candidate so that the security auditors can complete their work and they can iron out any final bugs before we ship. And all being well, we'll be looking for the first version of mainnet shipping early next year. Now, I mentioned awareness at the top of the call. We have got a new member of the team. Rosie joins us just this week. And Rosie is part of our marketing team. And Rosie, if you're audible, it'd be great to have a very quick intro from you. All right. Whilst Rosie's trying to unmute, we've always had a very tactical marketing approach, and we've got some great marketing expertise in the team. And it was important for us to really have somebody within 10 that we're going to wake up and just their number one objective is to how they can really raise awareness around 10. And that's what they really focus on. That's their single objective. So really pleased to have Rosie join us. Rosie's quite the expert in Web3, has been on the trading side of things as well within Web3 for a number of years. So she really understands the space. So yeah, really pleased to have Rosie on board. I'm now going to pass back to Jobin. Thanks, Jobin.
Thanks, Gavin, for that interesting update. And yes, 100%, that was a lot of treat, no tricks. And I hope this has got the community excited and confident about what we are building. So the next thing is something that we teased in the Twitter post, that was the white check demo. White check is the dApp that is being launched on 10. It's a social dApp. Pretty interesting, something very close to what Polymarket is doing. But what White Check is doing is only possible on 10 because what you do should be private or confidential. And this can only be kept confidential on chain with the help of what 10 offers in terms of innovation. So I'll not say much. Let the demo do the justice, and I'll hand it over to Tejas. Tejas is a genius builder who is building White Check. So over to you, Tejas. And Tejas has got some exclusive invite codes for you to start using the app too. So hold on to this call and watch the demo. And towards the end, Tejas will be sharing that in the chat.
Hey, hi guys. Nice to meet you all. Jobin, can you see my screen?
Yes. Happy Halloween, Tejas. Looks all good.
Yeah, happy Halloween, guys, and happy Diwali. I'm here to demo Vibe Check and show you what we're building and why we can only build this on 10. And kind of, it's a fun little game. Like Jobin mentioned, it's like Polymarket. The only difference is in Polymarket, you can bet on facts, but our game is more for um, gauging the sentiment of the society or the community, um, and from there, playing and trying to find what people actually think. So it's more about opinion based. So if you look at the questions we have, like who would be a better president, there's no real answer here. Or um, uh, is capitalism better than communism? You're not going to get any articles that determine these as facts, right? So these are the questions that come here, and the questions that you try to answer here are the ones that you think other people think. So let's take the capitalism better than communism as our first question. So if I try to let me just give me a second. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So let's say we're playing the game of capitalism, right? Is capitalism better than communism? So you can place a vote here and you can choose one, like all the way capitalism, or you can choose communism all the way. But there's going to be some people who think it's fully capitalism. Some people think it's um, like communism is okay, but capitalism is much better. And some people think it's 50-50, right? So you're trying to gauge what the community thinks here. All the guesses that you place, the average of your guess and the other guesses are made, and that is what the answer is. So let's say someone right now has put in one, the next person has put in 100, the third person has put in 50. So if you take all the averages, the answer right now, what it should be is 50. And that's what you're trying to guess. So let's say I try to guess 30, right? Through that's what I think. I think more people are towards the capitalism side more than the communism side. And we'll confirm. Okay, so congratulations, you win 100 Vibe coins. So on testnet, I've won 100 Vibe coins. You can see here, if you're plus or 3 minus from the correct answer, you receive 100 Vibe coins. So the answer was actually 27 to 33. I guess 30, so it was correct. So I got 100 Vibe coins. And if you're a bit off, then I would have gotten 55 coins if you're just plus or minus 6 from the uh, public sentiment. And that's kind of how the game works. This game, like Jobin alluded to, can only be played on 10 because when you place a bet, the average that is made, the real answer that you're looking for has to be confidential. It's something that you won't be able to find on the smart contract because the variable is private. So these kind of games are the ones that are the ones you can play on 10. Once I'll send the link on the chat so everyone can play it. Let me just do that now. Give me a second.
Cool. Thanks, Tejas, for that super cool demo. And Tejas made sure that because it's Halloween, he themed the tap and Halloween theme. So once again, happy Halloween. And that's one more plus one treat for you on this Halloween new DApp on 10 ecosystem. And it's a very interesting concept. You could even apply this DApp into DAOs where you want to gauge the sentiment of the DAO in terms of what they think about particular decision without doing voting in a confidential manner, without fearing that somebody would figure out that you chose for a particular option. if it was in some public chain, you could confidentially do that on this. So it goes from casual use cases like voting or sharing your sentiment about what you prefer. Even DAO decisions, the use cases are wide. So it helps you figure out the vibe for casual or serious use cases. So thanks, Tejas, for demoing that. Please go and check that out. The link is in the uh, chat. Skagri has shared that. And by the way, this is referral only. So only if you have access to that link. So all these audience that we have right now on the call will only have access to that. And one bonus is that because nobody else in the community, we have close to 200K community, and none of them except you have access to this link. So if you use this link and participate in the DApp, start engaging with the DApp, then you can do one more thing. That is, you can refer others in the community. And when they participate, you'll keep on collecting more Vibe coins. Tejas was not able to share this because of some connectivity issue and he had to drop. So go and snatch that link, start engaging, start playing with the DApp and share with the rest of the community. The general channel is open to you. Go and share what you think. If you have any questions that you want Tejas or the White Check team to add to this DApp, then tag Tejas and let him know. He'll add more campaigns, more questions, and more rewards into this. Thanks,
Hey,
Tejas.
were you guys able to hear
Yes.
me?
Uh, no, Tejas, we lost you. So I covered about the referral and the link and the rest of the things. So if you have anything other than that to share, then you can share, or else we can quickly get into a very small Q&A for anybody in the audience who wants to ask anything to Tejas or recommend anything. If you have any ideas which would improve White Check, then you can raise your hands and ask, share those
Yeah,
things on
please
this.
raise your hands. And while people are raising your hands, I can just go over a few things. Like I mentioned, I don't know when I got cut off, but we have a fun questions here. You can ask and bet on any of them. If you're plus or minus 3, you get 100 vibe tokens on testnet. If you're plus or minus 6 from the real answer, you get 50. By referring someone, you get 10% of other people's winnings. They're going to be redeemable on mainnet for some other reward. We're planning to, in the future, come out with NFTs as well, which would also be related to the leaderboard. And yeah. So please go check it out. Uh, yeah, the link is sent by me, so you will be able to see it on Discord. And if you share your referral, you get 10%.
Super cool. So I guess nobody has any doubts. They just have made sure that the DApp is super simple to understand. And because the link is there, they can, I'm pretty sure many of them have already opened it and have started playing it. So let us know how the DApp is. And Tejas will be in the community. You can tag Tejas if you have anything to share. And that's it for the White Check launch and demo. Thanks once again, White Check team and Tejas specifically. So the next session that we have, the next part of this call is for all the contributors who wanted to contribute to the 10 ecosystem as node operators, validators. You wanted to make sure that we are a robust network and we are decentralized well. So for that, we have in the next couple of minutes on node ops and alchemist. Uh, uh, Guy in the cool jacket is the one who is gonna tell you about this. So over to you, Anthony.
Thanks, Jobin. I'm just really, really hot, and people are talking about lasagna, so it's really good. But there's some exciting stuff related to infrastructure as well. So I don't know if anybody has noticed that T's have been blowing up, and there's a lot of use cases around AI and around markets, dark pool, and all the things that Gavin mentioned. But one of the small Kind of like sticky points that has always been out there is the academic, philosophical use case or attack vector of hardware based attacks on enclaves that are backed by physical chips. So the engineering team and our CTO, brilliant guy. I think he might be Satoshi if it ends up being that the latest iteration of that doesn't pan out. But they've been working hard and they've come up with something that's an L2 or ecosystem first, which is going to be a proof of cloud assertion. So basically, it's kind of the best of both worlds because you can choose the infrastructure where you're going to be residing your validator, but at the same time, there's not really any attack surface for having rogue people in just random off the streets, kind of like playing around and poking with the validator. So it's kind of like a push and pull, but I think in terms of our overall traction and our overall use case, that puts us ahead of all of the other networks out there that are kind of trying to nip at our heels with TE-based solutions. This really puts it over the top. So along with that, there's a couple things. Is number one, we've drastically simplified that deployment. So for the node ops out there, there's Terraform and Ansible templates, which have a simple single onboarding script, which is interactive and fully secure. So encrypts all of your personal data. It's preloaded with the ITN network settings. Everything is pretty much ready to go. We've been testing it internally and with a few partners, and it's quite seamless. So that's number one on that. And number two is that we're going to take that a little bit further as well. So we have a new hire about like a month or a month and a half ago. Chris joined. He's actually very, very experienced and from a really, really strong pedigree, having worked with SDX, the Swiss Digital Exchange, as well as with R3, along with a bunch of the engineering staff here at 10. And so he's been working on moving us from virtual machine-based deployment to allow the option for Kubernetes deployments, which is basically going to make it a lot more flexible and a lot more cost efficient because you'll be able to use current setups and really leverage sort of like the infrastructure that you already have in place. So those are just amazingly exciting announcements. And then yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. So those that are current node operators part of the program, you'll be getting emails with that link to download and just boot it off with the new settings and Bootstrap. Yeah, and I guess if anybody has any questions or wants me to tell a joke, otherwise I'll just pass it back to Joven. Short and sweet.
Yeah, so before Anthony passes that to me, I want to keep it on. So the next couple of minutes is gonna be for AMA. So please raise your hands if you want Anthony to make any jokes or if you want us to answer any questions. Just a request for speaker access, or if you have any questions, put that in the chat. Cool. So we have got one question that we got on Slido. That is, why there's a delay in terms of the mainnet launch? That's one of the questions. So, Gavin, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Jobin. Yeah, good question. Why the delay? Software development is hard. Software development is more of an art than a science. I've come to learn over the last few decades. It's very unpredictable. It's simply taking us longer to build than we expected. There's no two ways about it. 10 is complex. We are doing something incredibly unique. No one else has built what we've built. And I think when you're a pioneer, you take risks. Sometimes the risks don't work out. Sometimes your guesses don't work out. And when it comes to timing, yeah, it's difficult. It is difficult. So yeah, thanks for continuing to be patient. It will be worth the wait. Hand on heart, it will be worth the wait. 10 is completely unique. And we're really looking forward to bringing it live.
Thanks, Gavin. So what 10 out of 10 in terms of innovation and what you can expect when the Mate is out next year. So do we have any other questions? Or else looks like we're almost close to the end of the community call. It's been 30 minutes, so we'll just take one more question. If you have any questions, you can unmute and ask, or you can share in the chat. Cool. Looks like we don't have any questions. So that's it for this community call. Thanks everybody for joining this community call and being part of this community and for all the support. And let's together make sure that 10, like I say, it becomes 10 out of 10 in terms of innovation in the space and stands out. So thanks for all the support. And by the way, if you are not aware that there's a campaign running right now called as the Tenzin campaign, there's 10,000 USDT in the prize pool. And we had announced that on Twitter and Discord. If you're not aware of this, then all you have to do is check out the links that I'll share in the chat. It's the link to the two dApps that we launched in the last 2 months, Tenzin and Battleship. I'm pretty sure you might have tried out Battleship. It's one of its kind game, only possible on 10 because of what 10 offers in terms of innovation. And what you get when you play this is when you win, you'll get Zen tokens. Fill your bags with this Zen token, and the max holders of Zen token in the leaderboard would get prizes from the 10,000 USDT prize pool. So go there, check that out, play it, and collect as much Zen as possible. So, and one more thing, go and check out Vibecheck and keep on collecting Vibe coins too. So that's it for this community call. Thanks, 10 team. Thanks, contributors. Thanks, friends and musketeers and the entire community for this call. See you next month in the next community call. Good night. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye-bye.
See y'all.